Strataliner was quickly followed by the Lockheed Constellation, which became the defining aircraft of this transitional era, offering tremendous comfort and reliability. On the 19th of April 1944, the second production Constellation, piloted by the billionaire playboy Howard Hughes and Trans World Airlines President Jack Fry, flew from Burbank in California to Washington, D.C. in just under 7 hours, an absolutely extraordinary achievement at the time. On the return journey, the aircraft stopped at Wright Field to give aviation pioneer Orville Wright his final airplane flight, more than 40 years after his first. Wright briefly took the controls and remarked that the Constellation's wingspan alone exceeded the distance of his original flight. Orville reflected with mixed emotions on the part played by aviation in wartime. He regretted the destruction wrought by bombers and compared flight to fire, a powerful invention capable of terrible harm, yet inevitable and essential to human progress when put to constructive use. Throughout the late 1940s and 50s, airports were built or expanded and quickly repurposed for civilian use. Their long paved runways, lighting systems, and maintenance hangars allowed large aircraft to operate reliably. In the late 1940s, passengers arriving at these new terminals must have felt like they were stepping into a brave new world shaped by both industrial might and the modern optimism of the mid-20th century. Civil aviation also needed structure. International conventions were established after the war with rules for airspace use, safety certification, and scheduled services. Licensing crews, inspecting aircraft, investigating accidents, all these things together formed the measures that became the backbone of modern aviation. The idea of a managed sky began to take shape, and state airlines expanded rapidly, inheriting routes that often began as military or imperial connections. Private carriers also grew, though many relied on government support during the transition. Safety and reliability replaced raw performance as primary goals, as airlines sought aircraft that could depart on time, fly efficiently, and deliver predictable journeys, just as they do today. For many passengers, the experience was exciting and futuristic. Entering a pressurized cabin and rising smoothly above the clouds meant a new relationship with distance. Journeys that had taken weeks by sea and land could now be completed in a few days. And by the early 1950s, aviation had reached a turning point. The aircraft of the late 1940s were capable and well organized, but they remained bound by the limits of piston and propeller propulsion. Flights were still long, noisy by today's standards, and physically very demanding. The world was waiting for something faster, something that matched the confidence of the new technological age.